After an unheralded journey through the Wairarapa from its home in Pahiatua, standard railcar RM31 Tokumaru is parked for the first time in over 35 years at Wellington Railway Station's Platform 8. It's taking part in a three-day festival of steam trains and rail cars, being held to commemorate the centenary of the completion of the North Island Main Trunk Railway. After the standard rail cars were withdrawn from service in 1972, Wellington railway enthusiast John Murphy purchased RM31 along with two others, and in August 1973 he ran it up to Auckland. Rail cars served a valuable transport role during their era, quicker than carriage trains, and took different, less tortuous and often more scenic routes from cars and buses.
The standard rail cars were built in this shop here back in 1938-39 era.
Drury articulated twin sets are a class of rail car that was synonymous with rail travel around New Zealand for over 2 decades, up until the late 1970s.
The government were determined to get rid of these rail cars, and what our group's doing is rewriting the history books, and we will have a twin set running again.
Having worked so hard over the years and months leading up to this event, it is perhaps a fitting tribute to John Murphy that at the time his dream was ultimately fulfilled, it was before such a large and expectant crowd.
So we've come over 12,000 miles to New Zealand to this mainline steam trip. I was here about 7 years ago and had a super time in New Zealand and decided to come back again. We came specially for the steam tour of North and South Island, and it's the steam that we really want, and we like to film the trains when they have these things called run pasts. We really enjoy that, and we get home, we put all our videos together and make films out of them and show them to our friends.
See the scenery better from the steam train than you can from the road.
I find lots of New Zealand are quite like the UK in terms of countryside.
I've got a little one there which is quite accurate. That tells me what speed we're doing and how far we've gone. But I use this iPad thing here for with a moving map on it. Before I started using one of those, I used to carry a bag full of maps to cover all the areas, because I just like more detail.
Lovely steam engines, lovely countryside, very, very nice people.
And what a fantastic time we've had in New Zealand. I want to come here again.
This is my Ava, and this is where it all started from.
It was a very significant time for him.
I can't think of anybody knowing as much about the river as he does. I go with him any time.
It's an experience not to be missed, so I said, well, can I come up too? And he said, yeah, sure.
They didn't recognise really that he'd had a stroke.
They were all pleased that I was going up, pleased that I was driving and I was back. Sort of like going home.
Or he'd be laughing at me on the boat and I'm standing there with my arms up going, I'm a nurse, not a ruddy river rat.
It was good to get up there and sort of prove to myself that I'm going to be okay and I can do this and I can keep doing it.
largely been fueled by the irrepressible passion of one man.
My love or my passion has always been steam excursions on the main line. There's not many lines that we haven't been on in New Zealand.
I'm Bethany Grace Miller, and I'm one of those fortunate enough to be able to experience these steam train excursions.
That's what excites me.
This story started a long time ago.
And I think it goes back to my boyhood with that first streamlined passenger train running around the Christmas tree at 2 years old. In the end, it became evident if we're going to do anything, we'd have to buy a steam engine.
Little did Ian realise back in 1970 that buying a steam locomotive would be one of those defining moments